I need to ask, in Florida, it is required that we have everybody's permission to record. So does everybody give me their permission? I need either a thumbs up or a verbal from you.
Yes.
Thumbs up. Chris, verbal.
Yes.
Audra, thumbs up. Joseph, you're cool. Awesome. All right, guys, the reason that we are getting together tonight is because there is a lot of mystery surrounding how the National Rifle Association works and how to become an NRA certified instructor. So the name of the game tonight is to really get you to a point where you understand exactly what we need to do in order to pass the NRA instructor training program. We're going to talk a little bit about, the potential and the opportunity in today's world. And we're going to talk a little bit about, how training works and how you can help people get their concealed carry permits and advance their firearm training. So if at any point you want my attention, feel free to unmute, jump in, talk, whatever you do. This is meant to be very interactive and conversational. So at any point you want to stop me from blabbing, feel free to, wave or talk or whatever you want to do, and we'll get to you. So the first thing I want to do tonight is kind of go around the room and, just discuss, introduce yourself, tell us where you are at, what you do for a living if you're working right now, and what your motivation is for looking into becoming an NRA certified instructor. Okay, so I'll kind of start. Andy the Gun Guy, I help experienced shooters become NRA certified instructors, and I help NRA certified instructors build their business and fill their classes. I'm here in Ocala, Florida. I've trained over 30,000 people in firearm safety in the last 10 years. And now that I've perfected my systems to get students into training classes, I really focus on helping other instructors build their businesses and fill their classes as well. That's the way to protect the Second Amendment. So that said, Patricia, we'll do ladies first. Why don't you go ahead and get started?
Okay, I'm Patricia. I'm from South Sarasota County. I've been shooting a little over a decade. I'm from New York City, and I was an extremely staunch advocate for the 2A, which was non-existent in New York City. I have taught women on target for about 4 years, together with another brilliant female instructor, and I think it's time to get back in the game now.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you you being here tonight, and that's great. So, Audra, we'll go on to you.
All right. I've been shooting since I was probably about 4 years old. I have my concealed carry permit, and I'm currently a realtor, and any of the realtors that I come across that are scared of guns or don't know how to use them and want to know, I bring them to my house and we learn all about it. So I don't charge anything because I'm not certified or nothing, but I think it's really important. I hear too often about realtors getting taken and murdered and all kinds of stuff. And my mom's a realtor, and I've got a daughter that's 13, and my kids know how to use it, and it's really important. So that's why I'm here.
Completely agreed. Audra, I'm going to translate for everybody in the room what it means to be a realtor. Your job is to meet random strangers in unoccupied dwellings, right? Being a realtor is oftentimes one of the kind of worst occupations in that when things go wrong, they go very wrong, and it's hard to track down the suspect. So, being able to protect yourself and helping other realtors protect themselves, I think, is a really worthy cause. So, thanks for coming. It's great to see you. I'm going to look back. Kenneth, I got you next on my screen. Why don't you go ahead?
Yes, sir. I'm Kenneth Waugh. I live in Elk City, Oklahoma. I'm a certified gunsmith and also got my FFL. I'm retired about 2 years, so I'm sort of starting a second career. And, avid 2A supporter, and believe in it, but I want everybody to be safe and know what they're doing and how to operate guns safely. The main reason I'm here.
Awesome. I actually just closed down my gun store and well, passed it off really to an employee of mine. I wanted to get out of that racket, but I do have a federal firearms license here in my home, as I'm sure, a lot of you guys might want to do. The cool part about being an NRA certified instructor is that if you do sell guns or you do, do training and gunsmithing, training is the way to get customers through the door. Any business can be successful if you have a solid flow of customers, and that's one of the things that we can do with our training. So welcome. It's great to see you. All right, Chris Brown, why don't you tell us your story?
Here we go. Is that it?
That's it.
Sorry, I don't know how to work it.
You're good.
I'm a master technician in Jacksonville, Florida, ASE automotive master technician. Been doing it for 25 years, and I'm old and broke down, and the next step in my career is a $30,000 pay cut. So I need a second income. I've been shooting since I was like 6 years old. For around 40 years, I've had a gun in my hand, and looking to get a second career, I guess.
Cool, man. Well, it's good to hear from you. I really appreciate you joining up. Joseph Riker.
Can you hear me? So the first time I shot, I was 7 years old. Late last year, I went into executive protection, and I went full time with that as of March when I lost my job because of COVID-19. I was sitting at home one day and I saw your Facebook ad for the NRA certification. What prompted me was watching your videos. And the thing I don't like about what's going on now is the pure arrogance that something bad happens and, the misleading about firearms and them wanting to come after us. I think there's not enough instructors. And I found that out really when I logged on to confirm, and just over the years of, I've carried for the last 10 years. But what really surprises me is the lack of education, the lack of training. I have friends of mine that have just gone out and bought a gun and they think automatically they're trained. I believe strongly that you never stop learning. Whether you're on the learning part of it or whether you're on the certifying, the instructor portion of it. I just think there's not enough done as far as getting out there. The more, as you've said, Andy, the more instructors that there are, the better off we're going to be. And I'm actually excited about, taking your class in October. But other than that, that's pretty much what I had to say about it.
Well, I appreciate that attitude, and I completely agree. It is important for us to be out there. We're on the front lines of this battle. It's a battle of ideology, and it's a battle of criminals having the upper hand over the good guys. And, I personally was sick of that, and that's why I joined the NRA instructor program. And, that's why I train people, is because I don't want people to be, the victim anymore. So I love to hear it.
Yeah, my one last thing is that my wife that I've been married to for the last 11 years, she really wasn't a big person on firearms. Matter of fact, when I met her, she wasn't a Democrat, but she was against guns until one day something happened to her while she was pregnant with her daughter, and she immediately came home and said that she wanted to go out and get her concealed carry. So I called a friend of mine who was an instructor. She went to the class, and I was pretty surprised by it. But, her and I both carry. And I'm looking forward to, like I said, learning your industry on how to be a certified instructor.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Did I miss anybody? Did everybody get a chance to speak? I know
No.
Israel and Thomas, it doesn't look like they're actually connected with audio for some reason, but who did I miss?
You missed me.
All right, go ahead, Chris.
All right. Former SEAL, 12 years. Reserve Trooper, Massachusetts, 7. Been carrying since I was 16. Was the youngest one in Massachusetts to get a license to carry. Been shooting since I was 4 or 5 years old. I've trained countless people, but not through the NRA. I still currently train people in proper handling and actual being able to hit a target properly. Took Andy's course a few years ago because I let my license lapse. Brought my son with me so he could get some good training. Andy had a great class. Saw that he was doing the instructor class for instructors and wanted to get my instructor through the NRA. I also am the only person carrying in my church at the time. In fact, we had a few instances already here in Brooksville. My priest wants to learn and wants to be trained. He wants to get his license to carry. The church next door, everybody there already does. I got a few guys that are interested in the Knights of Columbus. So I just figure if I get my license, I can help train these guys the proper way and actually get them certified, not just train them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Actually, churches are some of the most dangerous places you can be. You know, between 2000 and 2016, there was 1,653 deadly force incidents inside of churches. 73% of the time, it was a domestic violence spillover that, you know, the husband and the wife were going at it. And then the wife, you know, went to the protection of the church. And that's when the deadly force incidents occurred. Most of the time it occurs outside of the congregation, but when, you know, obviously they get inside, that's when it's very dangerous. So I appreciate that. And I do think that churches need to be protected as well. Israel, can you hear me, buddy? All right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to get a message over to Israel here. Give me a second. Let's go over here. All right. Let's go over here. Israel. Click the audio button on your phone. All right. We'll see if we can't get him active. But oh, there he is. Now he's coming in. And yeah, hey man, Israel, you can hear us now, right? Israel, you got us? It's being weird for him. When he comes on, we'll have that conversation. So guys, the reason that I want to go through that in the beginning is because I want you to understand that you know, everybody here has a very different background. We've got a cop, a realtor, we've got you know, a protection guy, you know, that's already in security world. We've got you know, people from all different backgrounds. And the reason it's important to know that we all have different backgrounds, and the reason it's important that we do have all different backgrounds is because that means that we as instructors can reach an entirely different community than anybody else in the room, right? Patricia can reach people that I can't. Joseph can reach people that I can't. Chris can reach people that Joseph can't, right? This is why it's important for us to come together and become instructors, because we reach entirely different circles than anybody else. And if we want America to be the safest place to live, two things need to happen. Number one, we need to train people the value of every human life, regardless of race, background, religion. Every human life is equally valuable and it must be protected. And number two, we need to make sure that the bad guys know that if they want to start trouble, we will defend ourselves. We will protect ourselves. That's what we need to happen, is we need to train people that the value of human life is intrinsic on the fact that they're human. Doesn't matter if they're Republican, Democrat, white, black, Hispanic. I don't care what their background is. I don't care if they're a felon. I don't care if they're, you know, an angel. We need to save and protect every human life equally. So that's why I do what I do. Now, in order for us to become NRA certified instructors, okay, the process is simple. You need to be an experienced shooter, take an NRA basic pistol class, and take an NRA instructor class. The basic pistol class is usually $250. It is an 8-hour workshop. usually done over 2 days. The instructor program is usually $450 and done over 2 days as well. So as you can see, you'll need to spend your $250 plus your $450 and 2 separate weekends of your time. All right. So guys, let me know how many people in this room have already taken the NRA Basic Pistol program and they have a certificate of completion for that. Patricia has. Joseph, have you?
No.
Nope. Thomas, Audra, what are you guys?
No, just my concealed carry permit.
Cool.
I took it through the sheriff's department.
What's that?
I said, but I took it through the sheriff's department.
Good, 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 good. So as you can tell, most people haven't taken the NRA Basic Pistol program. So what I do in my program is I do a 3-day workshop, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And included in that 3-day workshop is your basic pistol class and your instructor program, so that you don't need to spend, extra money and extra time and an extra weekend, going and getting those training. You can get it all done in that same weekend. Okay. That's the first thing that sets me apart. The second thing that sets me apart is that, everybody knows people that do this training where they fire one round into a bucket just to certify their programs and everything. But everything that I do is based on building a relationship with your student. So yeah, on a Friday night, okay, picture it. You've got 10 people coming to you on a Friday night. 5 of those people are going to think it's great that they get their permit. They're going to walk out the door. They're not going to want any more training. But the other 5 people, they want additional training. So your Friday night, it's a 3-hour class, right? They pay $50 to be there. Then those other 5 people, they want more training. So you say, look, the next step for you is an 8-hour NRA basic pistol class, the class that I've just mentioned to you. That program is $250. And then what you're doing is you're getting 10 people a month into that NRA basic pistol training program. And that's a really, really good Saturday for you, right? You get 10 students at $250 a piece. That's a great Saturday, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So guys, what are your questions so far?
When do we begin?
Yeah, that is a good question. So I want to show you a little bit about, what it is that I do to get people into these calls. Okay. This is not something that is required for you to know to become an instructor, but it is required if you want to grow a real business where you've got a lot of different people in that. But before I do, I want to finish my thought about the NRA instructor training program and how to become certified. So I'm actually going to log into the NRA's website. Okay. And I want to show you your pre-qual evaluation. All right, here it is. So in order to pass your hands-on portion, okay, you need to hit 16 out of 20 rounds within a 6-inch grouping at 45 feet. Okay, 16 out of 20 rounds within a 6-inch grouping at 45 feet. In order to do that, you need to have your 5 fundamentals of pistol shooting perfectly. That's aiming, breath control, hold control, trigger control, and follow through. You'll be at 45 feet. You'll be shooting a 9-inch target, and your rounds have to be within 6 inches of each other. All right. What are your guys' questions on that?
Can I use my laser?
The only thing that you cannot use is a laser. You can use a red dot sight. You can use a scope on your handgun. You just can't use a laser. Yep. What else, guys? All right. So other things that we need to know is we need to know how to load a single action revolver, a double action revolver, and a semi-automatic. We also need to know how to clear a failure to fire and clear a double feed. Okay. Now, it sounds pretty simple, but it's really, really a difficult hands-on application. But I've created a 33-minute long video that shows you how to accomplish these goals. Has everybody received a copy of that video?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll make sure that you guys receive a copy. It's very, very important. Okay. Very, very important. So,
Hey, Andy,
yeah.
Quick question. Could you repeat? You said 16 rounds out of how many? 20?
Yeah, you shoot 20 rounds.
Yeah.
16 of them have to be within a 6-inch grouping at 45 feet
Okay. On a 9-inch target.
on a 9-inch target. So the way
All
that
right.
the way that you would measure it is go to the range,
Yeah.
fire your rounds at 45 feet, fire 20 rounds, take
Yeah.
out a dollar bill. Okay. If your rounds are within the circumference of that dollar bill, you're in good shape. If your rounds are outside of that dollar bill, those ones don't count.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking that is because a friend of mine, Sean, is actually taking your class with me, and he's unable to be on this call.
Okay.
I just want to reiterate to him what you're saying now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm also recording this. So
Okay.
if you want request a copy after, and I'll send you a link.
Yeah. I did. Thank you.
No worries. Cool. What else, guys? What are the questions we have? Yeah, go ahead.
What caliber? I know when you and I spoke on the phone, we can use our own gun. You recommended using yours because it's set up to make that shot. What do you charge for the rental and the ammunition?
That's included in the class cost. So I would rather have you guys qualify on your own gun. Okay. Because the better you are with your own gun, the better shooter you are. However,
Yes.
it's very difficult to make that shot. So I do recommend that everybody use my gun if you don't qualify in the first round. So basically on Sunday, we're going to have an opportunity to have a warm up with 20 rounds. If you qualify during that warm up, you're good. If you don't qualify, you have 2 additional opportunities to try to qualify. Okay. And so what a lot of guys or girls will do is they'll show up, they'll use their gun. If they don't qualify on the warm up, they switch over to mine. Right. I would rather have you qualify in your own gun, but of course mine is available to you. And I do not charge you for the use of ammunition. Although I just spent $375 on 22s because they're so hard to find. I won't be charging it. Great question. Cool.
It's like they're
I got
jacking the
plenty
price
of
up
22s.
on this stuff.
Oh, I had 2 people at one time. Joseph, what'd you say?
It's like they're jacking the price up on all this stuff.
Well, it is. It's supply and demand, right? So if you've got
Mhm.
22s and you've got a bunch of people that want them, then you can charge whatever you want. It's insane. And somebody said something else.
I said I got plenty of 22s if you want me to bring a brick.
Hey, if you want to bring your own 22s, use your own 22s. You don't need to let everybody else use them, but do bring your own. That'd be helpful.
Okay.
They just got to be high velocity.
Okay.
You'll need a maximum of 60.
So if we shoot with your gun, it's going to be a 22 high velocity round.
Yes,
Okay. I just wanted to confirm on that.
for sure.
Right.
Cool. So the opportunity in this industry is crazy right now. Okay, this is a gold mine. Let me just show you. Right before the meeting, I just looked up, news on guns. Right, gun sales skyrocket, creating 5 million new gun owners. This was published 2 days ago. All right. So since COVID, there are 5 million new gun owners in America.
Yes.
Now, what do you think all those new gun owners need to do?
Get trained.
They need to get trained, right? They've bought their first gun. Now they need to get trained. So the choice is pretty clear. They're either going to get trained by you or somebody else, right? And that's what is so huge about this opportunity is, coming into this thing, we've got the election coming up. And if Donald Trump gets elected, cities are going to burn. And if Donald Trump does not get elected, cities are going to burn, right? No matter what happens, the future of this country is that violence is going to continue, right? And so we need to combat that violence by arming the good guys and making sure the good guys are armed and trained, okay? But I want to ask you guys a question here. If you guys have somebody come in, I do the Pledge of Allegiance during my classes. If you guys have somebody come in and they don't stand for the pledge, what will you do? These are things that we need to be thinking about before we become instructors.
Maybe show them to the door.
Why? Why would you do that?
No, I mean, it's their personal opinion or their personal right to do that. I mean, I'm speaking out loud, but there's a right and a wrong time to do it. Is really what my belief is. Um, and that wouldn't be anything different than we see if we go to a hockey game or if we go to somewhere, somewhere public where they're doing it. There are still people, they may not be able to stand up, or they may not be able to, it just all depends on different circumstances, not because they're being, disrespectful about it, but
Sure.
it wouldn't be anything differently than we see, if we go somewhere to an event or something.
Sure. What else? Who else has an idea on that?
I think if you can't stand for the pledge, you shouldn't be allowed the rights that the country affords you.
That's kind of the opposite of what Joseph just said. What else, guys?
Makes me wonder what their ideas are of this country.
So that's an important point. So does anybody else who else wants to comment on that before I carry on? Right. So here is my mentality. I have had people that do not stand. They kneel or they sit. That is a blatant sign of disrespect. And I'm not selling Barbie dolls here. I'm selling firearms. And if I would not trust that person in my living room with a loaded gun with my family in the living room, I have no business continuing their training, right? So if somebody stands and they don't say the pledge, but they're being respectful of everybody else saying the pledge, 100% fine, 100% fine. But if they're going to sit or kneel, the problem is their attitude is so far off that it leads me to have too many questions on providing firearm training for them.
Amen.
Right? And that's what I want you guys to think about. This is a serious thing. We are training people to use guns in self-defense. We are training people to protect themselves with guns. And attitude is everything in this industry. If the hairs on the back of your neck raise for any reason, or you feel odd for any reason about training that person, and you don't feel like you could trust them in the living room of your home, then you should not be completing their training. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, Joseph, you had a point, Joseph?
No, whenever you get done, I wanted to clarify something.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So my personal opinion of it, I don't like it. But it depends on the circumstances. I think we've all been somewhere where somebody makes a stupid mistake that way. The way I see it is that people have sacrificed their life, given up a lot of things for me to have the rights I've got. This, on the other hand, training somebody to have a firearm, or you're doing them a service, and if they don't have and I like the fact that you do that. I don't think there's probably one other trainer anywhere that probably does it. I would have a problem with it at that point because it's a different circumstance. You're asking me to train you in a firearm or to carry a firearm. The other thing is I like the idea, the fact that you vet us before you train us. But my question is it right to vet people, or not right? Is it okay that we do the same thing as you certify us to do this? Can we practice what you do by vetting people before we put a firearm in that person's hands, or we provide a service to them?
By the time you go to the range with your students, you're going to have spent an hour or two in the classroom with them minimum. Okay.
Yeah.
In that hour or two, you're going to really get an understanding of who you're working with, right? There are multiple times where I have asked somebody to leave or told them I cannot complete their training, based on that. And there have been times where I've been at the range and people go nuts, right? And I didn't know until we went to the range, that they had anger issues. But yeah, I think that it's a very important thing for you to know who you're dealing with. I don't think that you need to have an interview call like I do with everybody, but I do think that it's important that, that you go with your gut. There have been so many times, guys, where people pass background checks and I refuse to sell them the gun because I just feel odd. I just feel odd, right? So these are things that we need to think about when we become trainers. But the opportunity is huge, guys. The opportunity is huge. Let me show you what it takes, what I do to get people into my programs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to Facebook, and like I said, there are two things that I do, guys. Number one, I help experienced shooters become NRA certified instructors. Period. That's my 3-day workshop here in Ocala. Period. Okay. A completely separate program that I do is I help NRA certified instructors build their audience, build their business, and fill their classes. And what I mean by that is we all are in this chat tonight, not because we think we can make $1 million. We can, but because we care about the country. We're tired of sitting on our couches and seeing what the country is going into, and we want to make a difference. And there are millions of people out there waiting, listening, looking for leaders for them to follow, right? And that's what I do, right? So on the last, on my Andy the Gun Guy page, all right, I'll just go through my stats here. In the last 7 days, I have had 864,000 people see my posts. 217,000 people have liked, commented, or shared. 135,000 people have watched my videos, right? I'm reaching people with a message that is super important. It's time for us to unite, to get armed, get trained, and carry daily. Now, of course, there are some people that are just natural haters, right? For every 100 positive people, there's one really hateful person. So yeah, I get the death threats and I get the anger and things like that. But, you know, I just block them and move on. I never think about it again. I never engage. I just move forward, right? So because I've got this reach, my goal is to build a relationship with them. I don't want them to just hit the like button or hit the share button or watch a video. I want them to get off of Facebook and give me their email address. Why do you think it is that I want their email address?
So you can train them.
So I can train them both in person and in their minds, right? This battle out there is about being safe physically and retraining people to the value of all human life, every human life. So what I do is I get them to opt in some way. And there's 1,000 different ways to do this, okay? But I'm going into a system called Infusionsoft right now. This is an amazing program. This is what you guys get the emails based on. So in the last 30 days, I've had 8,865 people give me their email. And when they give me their email, they're automatically added into my InDoc campaign. My InDoc campaign is like my indoctrination campaign. One of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to fall in love with me and my mission, or they're going to unsubscribe. Either way, it's a positive outcome because I don't want to pay for the people that are not going to be super into this mission. So they get a daily email from me for the first 30 days. And this looks really complicated, but it's not. It's just email, wait, email, wait, email, wait. And inside of these emails, and I'm sure that each one of you guys have gotten these emails, by the way, but inside of each one of these emails, it says words about the mission. You and I are the last of a dying breed. We stand for the flag. We kneel for the cross. No excuses. We believe in words like duty, honor, integrity. And at the bottom, I've got things for sale, like a Second Amendment decal. Here's a t-shirt for women. I know how to load more than a washer and dryer. Here's a video about our last open carry motorcycle ride, right? So everything that I do in my mission, I have low, medium, and high ticket sales. My low tickets are like t-shirts, hats, apparel, gear, stickers, right? You know, under $25 a piece. My medium ticket are my training. So like, you know, 250, you know, 450, somewhere in there. And my high ticket is my coaching. This is where I develop my coaching programs to either, you know, to help people in their missions. So once I have them in my email, they're mine for life. So let me show you guys what it took to get you guys on this call. All right. Did everybody here sign up for my webinar?
No.
No?
I did.
You did. So I'll show you the webinar funnel. So you see a Facebook ad about becoming an instructor. You click it, you register for a webinar. Once you register for the webinar, one of three things are going to happen. You're either going to not show up and leave early, or attend. And everything is designed to get that sales call, right? To get you to book a spot on my calendar for that strategy call, sales call, closing call, where I vet you. And if you're a good fit for my program, I offer you a seat and we close the deal. Okay. So based on the fact that you guys are all here, would you guys say that this is working pretty well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine that I have to manually call 260 people or 234 people. I just never have time, right? I just don't have time. That sounds like work to me. I really like to play and have fun, right? So what I do is I teach you guys in my coaching program outside of my 3-day workshop. I teach you exactly what you need to know to build these systems, because each one of us have a particular background. We have a story, what I call a hero story, and we develop your hero story. We develop your systems. We develop your marketing so that you have a constant flow of people through your classes. That's what we do. So again, it's two things. It's a 3-day workshop, or it's your coaching program as well. So what are your questions? I know it's a lot of information to go through, but we don't have a lot of time. So what are your questions?
Are you saying that we have to come to you to get this training?
So my 3-day workshop is here in Ocala, Ken. Okay. It has to be hands-on. It is in person. If you do not want to travel to Florida, I would understand, but most people do. I get people from Miami, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee. They all fly down or drive down and take these 3-day classes. Most people in the room that are going to be in the room with you for the 3-day classes, they will be staying in a hotel because they have traveled from across the country or whatnot. Kenneth, if that's kind of out of your ballpark, another option is for you to go locally and get certified. And then you hire me as your coach and your mentor. Okay. What I mean by that is, Kenneth, you've got your system where you've got your gunsmithing stuff and you've got your FFL, right? Imagine you've got 8,000 people every single month signing up for more information on buying guns, having you train them or having you do the gunsmithing for them. That's the power of the marketing program. That's the power of the mentorship program, right? Is that it's not just about getting you certified. It's about helping you build your business as well. Right.
Okay.
Absolutely. So guys, my next instructor training program is October 16th, 17th, and 18th. I've also got November, let's see here, November 9th, 10th, and 11th. Okay. November 13th, 14th, 15th, rather. So I've got October 16, 17, 18, and November 13, 14, 15. Now, I highly suggest that you guys get signed up. I will have to say that I only have 4 spots open in those 2 classes, okay? So the next step from here is everybody in this room is going to get a link with 3 things in it. A link to pay for the program, and, actually, it's going to have to be 2 things. A link to pay for the program, and a link to actually watch that 33-minute video about passing the program, all right? I suggest that you do it now because with the election coming up, guys, it's going to be a madhouse with training between now and November. It's going to be a madhouse, right? And I don't care who gets elected. It's going to be messy. It's going to be dirty, and there's going to be violence. It's, between now and the end of the year, it's going to be insane for training for us. So my program for the 3-day workshop is $450. But if you put a couple of posts on Facebook between now and then, you've got your money back, because all you need is 10 people in your first concealed carry class, just 10, each paying $50 a pop. Your money's back in your pocket. Your money's back in your pocket. So I really want to extend this opportunity to you guys. I've vetted each one of you guys. We've had conversations, and I want to get you guys in. So does everybody know how to access chat on Zoom?
No.
No.
All right. So So what I'll do then is I'll send a text message right now with with everything here, so that you've
Okay.
got both links. But guys, it's imperative that you get signed up right now, because it's nuts how many people are getting trained right now.
Definitely.
So what are your questions, guys?
Send me a link to sign up. I don't know how to sign up.
All right.
Is it gonna be an email, a text message?
Yeah, it'll be a text message here. And once you pay, we'll figure out which class you want to be in, September or October, and I'll send you a link for that one.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Just got to pull up the link here. I want to do it while, oh, there it is. NRA. Nope, that's not it either. I just changed the link, and so I'm going to get it to you right now. Patricia, any questions for me?
No.
Sorry, Andy. No, I'm really hoping to do October, and if I have to, then it's November. But you know the deal, so
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. And I'm going to go to the range tomorrow and check my groupings.
Awesome. And I don't want you to be, when I choose you to take my program, okay, you have to pass the shooting element, okay? But at the same time, I choose people based on heart and soul, not on firearm experience. Firearm experience can be learned. Heart and soul can't be taught, okay? So I want you to know that when you join my program, I am committed to you, and I'm committed to making you into an instructor. So let's say that you come, and worst case scenario, you don't get that. We're gonna do what it takes to make it happen, if that makes sense.
Okay. Because I've been just shooting my snub nose, and I don't do, I don't really pay attention to groupings. I pay attention to, a draw and dump kind of
Yeah,
thing.
for sure. And a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel like, they're not paying attention to the grouping, but most people also don't shoot, 45 feet. I mean, that's a really, it's not an easy shot. It really is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I've got a handicapped wife that I got to supply insurance for, so I got to pay attention to mine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely huge. Yep. Absolutely huge. So Patricia, I'm actually sending you the link right now.
Okay.
And that way on Facebook, that way I've got it on my clipboard here. But I'll send you the link to October here, just so that I can copy and paste this link. Copy, send. And outside of that, guys, I will send you all the link right now. I'm not trying to be rude, but not everybody that's in the meeting, I just don't have the spots for you guys right now. But it's going to be first come, first serve after this program to get you guys in. So.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting over there, hopefully in October. I'll find out. I'm going to push really hard for someone from Maggie probably tonight. So I'll get with you about the hotel. And I'm going to skedaddle and feed my boyfriend and check out that link. Okay?
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.
All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Does anybody? What are your questions while she's heading out? I'm sending the link right now.
All right, that's my only
All
question.
right. So you're sending the link by text message?
Yeah, I just sent it. So
Okay.
did anybody
Excellent.
get it? I just got mine.
No, there it is.
All right, everybody should have it on their phones. Let's verify real quick.
Nope.
Don't have it. I think that I was texting you on a different number, wasn't I?
I think so.
Let me see. What are the last four of your phone number?
2506.
All right, I got it right here. I'll send it right now.
All right.
Cool. Everybody else get it?
Andy, I'm already signed up for your
Yeah,
October.
you're ready to go. Yeah, you're just in here for more information for sure.
Yeah, I was sitting in on your classes. I read all your stuff when it comes through.
I appreciate it, man. I sent a cool one today. I don't know if you noticed it, but the NRA actually, the YouTube actually took the video down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just say when you said, why would you want their email address? And the thing that first popped in my head is you can connect with them directly versus through Facebook. You got to worry about it being taken down or something.
You're 2,000% right. Facebook owns my Facebook page. I don't. So I don't have equity built in there, right? The amount of work that I put up there, they could just delete it right now today, right? For no reason.
And be honest with you, I haven't seen any of your Facebook page posts in a long time.
Oh, wild. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like as soon as I get on Facebook after work, half
Yeah,
the stuff
even like
that's
when
2A is gone.
when I like the NRA page, the mastermind training page, I even went in to say you can put your settings to where you see it first.
Yeah.
And what Chris just said, I have to physically go in there every day and see if there's something new because it doesn't come through the feed anymore.
It still doesn't come through. Yeah, that's really
No,
frustrating.
it's nothing you're doing or I'm doing. It's
That's Facebook.
So, the whole email thing works a lot better unless Google figures out a way to filter that stuff out too.
It does. I mean, just so you know, I sent an email out to my list today, and let me show you the stats. Right now there are 16 people on my website right now, and you see all the links that they're on. They're all on the same link from all across the country right now because I've got subscribers from all across the country. But what they're doing is they're watching my content. They're staying up to date on the information I need to provide them for. Right? Hey, I just got it looks like Chris Brown's stuff through. So Chris, welcome to the program officially. I look forward to meeting you. Send me a quick follow-up text, and I'll send you the link to either your November or the October class.
Okay, I'm creating an account right this minute. So.
Okay, cool. Actually, that creating the account, don't bother with that just yet. That's for something different. I know what you're talking about there.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's actually so what we're going to do, Chris, is at nrainstructors.org. Basically, what we're going to do is get you to sign up through this page to register. Let's just.
So you want me to unsign up? I'm sorry, I already hit the thing.
No. Yeah,
I'm trying to be proactive.
I put that link earlier.
I got another email. I can use another email to sign up through the page.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. No, it doesn't matter if you sign up for that or not. It's part of the coaching program when you sign up for that particular one. But this is the one that we need you to sign up for.
Okay.
So just let me know via text or smoke signals or whatever which one you want, either 1016 or 1113.
Okay.
All right. Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. You guys know how to get in touch with me if you have any questions. And, of course, as always, get armed, get trained, and carry daily.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Andy.
All right. We'll speak.